What is this engine-looking thing found at the abandoned Orenda Engines test facility in Ontario, Canada? It's just down the road from where we live. My 10-year-old son is a plane-obsessed kid, was so confident it was a jet engine. It seems to have been shot. I'm thinking maybe it was something from the wartime, and it got shot down. But we found an abundance of shells all around the property. Someone was just maybe using it for some target practice. Any ideas? It's an exhaust stack off the roof of an industrial building. The spray booth at my work has 2 similar stacks above it. Real engines are made of some pretty expensive metals that don't rust and definitely wouldn't be left out like this. This is from the old abandoned Orenda Engines warehouse. It was originally part of the Canadian Industries Limited munitions plant across the highway, but in 1949 became the home of testing for Canada's earliest jet engines. What is this glass tube with sterling end caps stamped Empire Sterling? I acquired this in a large lot of antiques I recently purchased. I was told it was a letter tube, but I can't find anything similar. It possibly belonged to a well-known resident of Bermuda in the mid-20th century, who received many awards, including a letter and a medal from the Queen for her contributions. It's glass and sterling silver. I believe the end caps come off, but I haven't been able to remove them. I believe it's some kind of item used by a courier for a letter or message. Or maybe it held matchsticks. Does anyone have any idea what it is? It's a birth certificate holder, designed to store and protect a birth certificate. It keeps the paper document safe from moisture, dust, and damage. This became popular primarily during the mid-20th century, especially in the 1950s to the 1970s, in Western countries like the United States and parts of Europe. I found this behind the compost bin on my allotment in the UK. It's about 1.5 feet, or similar to a bus steering wheel, very heavy, possibly iron or steel, and has 3 parts in the middle that all angle inward. There's also a texture of small indentations on the solid outer rim. It was found at my allotment, which made me think it might be agricultural in origin. A friend reverse image searched it and has not been able to find a match. Can anyone tell me anything about this item? It's a 1930s disc from a disc machine grain separator. The discs revolve through the product and pick up the shorter material that fits in the pockets. It was patented on June 30th, 1937 by a British company, Henry Simon Limited, of Cheddle Heath, Stockport, in the county of Chester in England. What is this small metal tube that contains a glass vial with a cork stopper, found by my stepdad in his dad's attic in South London? The metal tube is not rusted, and the glass has decorative stripes. Only a few centimeters long, very delicate, and the glass may have been repaired before. Guesses or clues would be greatly appreciated. It's a 1920s ladies' perfume bottle. Inside the brass tube is a German art glass vial. In your case, it has a cork stopper, but most of these have a long glass perfume dauber. These were very handy to carry a little amount of perfume all day with you. What is this wooden wall-hung display for, found in a charity shop? My wife found this wooden display cabinet, and it looks like an old spice rack, but the shelving is far too close together, and the round indexations for whatever it held are way too small. It's about 30 centimeters tall, made of wood, but it looks to be relatively cheap. It lost 2 shelves in transit. It's felted on the back and is made to be wall-hung. I thought perhaps it's for nail polish, but I can't find anything similar online. I would really love to know what its original use was. It's a 1960s thimble shelf. They were like decorative pieces back in the day. I've been collecting them since I was a teenager, and I think yours holds 25 pieces. Congratulations, your wife is now going to start collecting thimbles. I went antiquing. What did I buy? I only paid $1 for it. So I went searching for uranium glass recently and found the cutest thing. I thought it was a candle holder, or maybe a sugar container missing a lid. It's super heavy for its size and very hard. The ladies running the barn were selling things from their grandparents while talking about their own grandchildren, so your guess is as good as mine. Any idea what I bought, or even what it's made of? It's a porringer, and probably made of pewter. These were historically used for serving individual portions of soups, stews, porridge, or other liquid-based foods. They were also used for feeding infants and young children. They were particularly common in Europe during the medieval and Renaissance periods, and were also frequently given as christening gifts. Nice find, especially for $1. What is this metal canister with wire, found at a church rummage sale? I got it for $0.25. The tube is cardboard with a foil covering, and there is a copper spring in the tube. What is it? Thanks. It's a vintage Styrofoam cutter, a tool intended for use in the cutting and shaping of Styrofoam, or any other type of foam material. The batteries go in the handle, and the wire heats up. It was patented on July 22, 1975, by Ivan H. Burkpile and Jimmy J. Burkpile of Fort Smith, Arkansas. What is this metal object in the Caucasian Mountains in Georgia? I saw multiple objects like these while walking from Gergeti Church towards the peak of Kazbek. Some were on the top of smaller hills, while others were at seemingly random locations. About 2 meters high, some were knocked over, lying on their side, revealing the vertical tube in the center to be empty. Any ideas of what it is? It's a precipitation gauge, also known as a rain gauge. It's a meteorological instrument used to collect and measure the amount of liquid precipitation, usually rainfall, over a specific area and time period. They are an essential part of the country's hydrometeorological monitoring network, which helps track climate, support agriculture, and manage water resources and flood risks. What is this 5-inch long brass hammer-looking thing that unscrews into 3 pieces? I found this going through old boxes in a storage closet. It is machined and heavy and seems well made. I'm thinking hammer for a gavel, but I'm stumped. Does anyone have a clue? It's a mikugi nuki, or a peg hammer, a tool that helps remove mikugi pegs from the handle of a Japanese sword, allowing you to remove the handle to inspect the tang of the sword. It's essentially just a punch used to remove pins from a sword handle. What is this glass and metal pipe object? I saw these mysterious objects in a display of other items dug from old outhouses and privies, located at the City Museum in St. Louis, Missouri. I'd assume that it's a minimum of 100 years old, or probably older. It looks like the glass part can be separated from the metal part, because there is what appears to be a second glass cone in front of the object. Any ideas? Please let us know down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Let's make life fun.